No locals. All right. All right. So let's get this off. Let me see if I can figure out a way to fix that. Oh well, hey everybody. Your resident neighborhood old man did not go to the regional, so I'm here hanging out with people. We're gonna go over some news. We had some news. We got some reveals. Got some top cut deck lists to go over. Maybe we'll talk about what I'm playing this weekend at my two LCs. I don't know. Like, just kind of hanging out with the fam. I was on vacation last week, so I got to do like nothing for a few days, and then you know just did some housework, and then we're redoing the basement bathroom this week, I think. So yep, lots of stuff going on. But hope everyone traveled home safe. Had a good time in Atlanta. It looked like a lot of fun. I did not watch a whole lot of Swiss, but I did watch Top Cuts, and Top Cuts were exciting. But we'll get to that in a little bit. I did get to see a couple match. I kind of like came in and out of Swiss. I saw Tim fight a pony, or was that over? Or was that Toronto? I think it was this weekend, right? I don't remember a lot of Saturday. We went to the farmers market in Madison, Wisconsin, early in the morning, and I got back, and then I had to run out to a new store kickoff thing here locally. We had a new store start, Universus, so that was pretty cool. Wasn't much of a fight, but yes, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. Uh, but yeah, we had a new store about 25 to 30 minutes west of us. Start Universus. This was their first Universus event. The store is owned by an old player that we used to play here in Rockford, who lives in Freeport now, which is the place where we're at. So we had 5 players. I preemptively let them know that I was bringing Hanj 1, but we had 2 old heads and then 2 guys who've been playing since Godzilla. So it wasn't like I was just throwing Hanj 1 into brand new people. So I wanted to get some Titan Pile testing in because I have never played with that card. Titan Pile's a drug, man. That card's sick. But yeah, let's get into some news. Let's start. Oops, that's the wrong one. Whoop whoop. UVS Games News. Let me start this recapture. Properties. Start recapture. There we go. You can't say that and not tell us who their owner is. Yeah, his name is Josh Coupland. The store is called Quest Givers, which is super cool. It's like, based off like D&D RPG things, quest giving. So it's really cool. So yeah, sorry about that. I can't say, yeah, my bad. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and we had a good time. So yeah, so I don't really want to click on the solo leveling thing. I think I've already said in my piece maybe last week. It's a bunch of bundles that we get playmats. It's whatever people say about the reprint, non-reprint thing. I'm excited for it because we get like a bunch of new Jin Woo cards. Like people were wondering if we get full playsets, and then people did a lot of digging. Hey, Stormblades, a lot of digging. Like distribution levels of digging. And found out that it was it's a whole playset of all the new cards, and we have a little bit of an image of the box that kind of shows like a little bit of shift attacks. I'm kind of hoping the Jinwoo stuff is all shift attacks because shift attacks are cool. Even though I'm a massive like backup hater, I did order one of the Levi guys because I think she's super cool, and I think 2 extra health's kind of nice. I wish they would have had like they have not brought out an article for the Jinwoo stuff yet, but we do know that it's him, the skill tree, an action, and I think 4 attacks that you all get playsets, and it's like for around $40 ish, according to distribution sites. So that's a really good deal. You basically get a brand new character kit for $40. And depending on if you care or not for the playmat, whatever. But yeah, that was super cool. And then Thursday, we got this news. I think they're more akin to Secret Layers, but yes, they are rebranded DLCs for the most part. Yes, I can see that. Yeah, I think so. But I think that if they do come with a playmat and you do get full playsets of like multiple cards, I think it's fine. I don't know about the character only, bundles, which I think are kind of but I did buy, I can't say too bad because I did get the Fatal Fury my one. Even though I can't play her in standard, but who knows? Maybe they'll release it in standard because we're getting King of Fighters 15. Yeah, full play that's okay, and mats are Yeah, we have too many play mats, but the T-shirt thing's cool, right? Like I thought that was super sick. But yeah, we got this news on Thursday, I believe. We get, Fjord and Jester are getting married, and we get promos of it, which is super cool. These are starting November 6th. We get to play in like a PvE boss fight. I'm in the retailer email with my store, Boar's Head Games, so I get all the retailer emails, and it's going to be a special boss fight, and then you can redeem your currency. They haven't said if it's actual extra points, or maybe it's going to be like extra currency that if you sign up for it, you can get extra, 1 or 2 copies of each of these. I think this art's sick. I love the monochromatic. I think the flower petals in the background are really cool. I'm super down for this, and I love doing these special events. It's just really neat. I think this art's rad. And at PAX Unplugged, you can get colored versions or filled in ones, which is part of the activation at the show, whichever that means. I don't know what activation at the show means, but maybe you need to sign up for something, or maybe they're gonna run those events. But I would love to get these. You wish the characters were better? Yeah, I think Jester's okay. I think Ford needs some help, but I think Jester's good. I also think that if we get more like with stuff we have coming in the future, maybe there's more activation is formal term for we're doing a marketing thing. Okay, cool. So yeah, so I think these are neat. I prefer the black and white versions more because I think that art's really cool. I mean, I just like this color scheme more, and especially if they're foil, that black and white's gonna pop. I wish Pumat was one of the characters because you're all about Pumat, but he's not getting married. He's invited to the wedding, I'm assuming, but he's not. He's not the one getting married, man. But I think it's neat. I really like this type of stuff. Like, I want them to do more of this. The special event type promos that are actually kind of just free, right? Like, you just got to show up to your locals, playing an event, and get the cards. I'm pretty sure you pay $7 for shipping, most likely. You pay the shipping cost of getting redemption promos. So, look, this isn't nah, dude. Nah, man, last time I fought Pumatso, I 2-0'd him in 10 minutes, so I'm cool with that. I'm sorry, buddy. Um, but yeah, I think this is neat. I want more of this. I think this would be a really cool way to get new IPs in, like do like special promo event, like do a boss battle type thing. I know Tam Cardwell, he is like, he will fight you. Okay, cool. He's really big on the boss battle, the PvE experience as like the gateway into the game, and I think that's like a pretty good idea, to be honest. Depending on like the IPs, as long as there's enough. Like, I hope there's one for Street Fighter. Like obviously we'll get ahead into that. I'm jumping forward, but because of the roadmap and all that. But like, I really hope that they do a PvE thing for every IP. I think that would be kind of neat, and then do like special promos like this. Not like everyone's getting married, but maybe alt arts, yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I think that's awesome, to be honest. And then the big one. We got our roadmap 2026 for our IPs. Super huge. I'm not gonna watch the video because I don't feel like it, and then listen to the free use rap they used in this one. But we got King of Fighters 15, Godzilla, My Hero Academia is coming back after almost a year and a half gone. What, Deku was almost a year ago, so it's taken it back for like a year. Tekken 8's coming back. We got another Street Fighter 6 release and Fairy Tail. As far as I know, it's going to be the manga. If you watch the trailer, it colors in the manga, which I think a lot of people are a little happier that it's the manga. From what I've seen on Discord, people are more excited for the manga than they are for, I guess, the animation, which maybe it's just a better quality. But coming 2026, we got a King of Fighters Challenger Series, Godzilla Booster Set, My Hero Challenger Series, which is very surprising that it's going to be a Challenger Series. I thought they would finish that off with a set, right? Like, 'cause this is obviously, if you see the trailer, you could see some of the the artwork, which might be just placeholders. Yeah, unlike AOT, the anime isn't like way prettier than the manga. Okay, okay. Um, and then Tekken, which is really weird. Like I said, back on the My Hero thing, because it looks like it's the manga being less fan servicey. Oh yeah, that's what I thought I saw him say that. Um, but My Hero should be Iron Might and All for One. But I'm hoping it's Deku and All Might that's interchangeable versus All for One and Shigaraki that's interchangeable. I think that would make the most sense because that's really. I know I'm gonna get like crucified for saying this, but it's really those are the only two fights that matter in the final war. And you can just do promos for the rest of the characters. I'm assuming we're gonna go back to the way the My Hero sets have been, um, I guess, designed. I know Deku didn't have a 6 difficulty and a 6 check on him because he was dual sided. But I wonder if they're gonna go back to that. Or they're going to have these guys be transforming characters again. That'd be kind of cool. You have like a regular All Might on the front, and then he transforms into Iron Might, which would be super sick. So spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. Sorry, man. And then Tekken 8, super hype. And then, which is another one that surprised me, was Street Fighter 6 Part 2, which is kind of funny that they say it like that. They have that. And then a Challenger Series for Street Fighter, and then a booster set for Fairy Tail, which was surprising. Storm of Blades goes, it might be a 4 Challenger Series with only 3 booster sets. I expect one of these IPs to be a 4 Dexers. Oh, yeah, sure. I don't think they're putting ever again. You need an. I mean, like, when. True, but, like. I guess like Toga 4 is just never going to be good, I guess. So it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not a Toga 4 stan. I was just wondering. But I do see that maybe just being straight 3 symbol cards for My Hero because they kind of, I don't know if they want to push that attunement thing into the My Hero only, but I don't know. But I could be completely wrong. But the big one for me is King of Fighters coming back. That's super cool. I know that we had I thought it would have been Fatal Fury, to be honest, because we had that T-shirt deal thing that we just talked about, like the experience. Oh, and I'm completely fine with the character check and difficulty thing. I'm cool. I don't need them on there. I'm hoping it's. I know like the trailer showed different characters. I'm really hoping it's whoever designed it decided there's a tune and not to spin the wheel. Sure. I'm hoping King of Fighters is Terry, Mai, Andy. That's just my favorites. And then, we can probably get Iori, Kyo, or Iori, Vicen Mature would be super sick. But we got to think those are 3 character decks, kind of, because that's just like the King of Fighters thing. They fight on teams of 3. We've done that before. But again, I would take 6 Challenger decks because I love King of Fighters. But I could see any of these being multiple. I think Storm of Blades has a good point that the My Hero one could be 4 decks. 1 for Deku, 1 for All Might, 1 for Shiggy, 1 for All for One. And they do have some little bit of crossover. I was hoping for Fatal Fury could not just and have got Cristiano Ronaldo. Hell yeah. Assuming 5 or 6 teams. Yeah. That would be super sick for King of Fighters. We get Team Fatal Fury, Team... I don't think Team Woman Fighters is a thing. Psycho Soldier. I don't know. I'm going off of number 13 because that's the one I played the most. And I haven't played any 14 or 15. I just know it looks really good. But I know they showed different characters. I mean, how can we have King of Fighters and not have Kyo, right? Like, he's the main character of King of Fighters. But Terry would be a sick one. Like, they have so much potential. But, like I really thought, like, stuff that had... Because Godzilla having a booster set also had a Challenger Series, I would have just said Street Fighter and Tekken were shoe-ins, both ticket sets. So maybe they're just dragging out Street Fighter because they don't have enough... They can't fit enough characters into it. You know Zip about KOF? It is a super sick... it's an SNK property that actually pulls characters from all their other game franchises and they have them, like, fight it out in a big tournament. But there's, like, a backstory about demons and the power of the Orochi and all this stuff. Yeah. but it's super cool. It King of Fighters 13 was my first Universal Fighting System set, and that's what I kind of came into the game with. Um, and I've always been a big fighting game fan because like I started playing the game because I saw a big Morrigan thing, and I'm a huge Darkstalkers fan. Uh, and so like King of Fighters, I learned mostly about King of Fighters from playing UFS. You know, I think Street Fighter was meant to be released like the Star Trek ones, but the backlash to the 4 made that. Looking at the roster, Team Secret Treasures and Team Superheroine. Ooh, yeah, that's cool. I don't know what Team Secret Treasures are. I have no idea what that means. I don't know who's on that team. I'll have to look that stuff up. Maybe we'll have to go on a deep dive at tracks. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Um, but I think this, I think with, I'll get into the rest of the article in a second. But like and some lady. I forget her name. I know what you're talking about. Um, I thought like anything that had a challenger deck this year in 2024, 2025 would have gotten a set next year, right? Like it kind of tracks because of Godzilla. So maybe, and then like Tekken, we were like, oh, Tekken's got to get a set, right? Because we had a starter deck. So I don't know. I think I'm super hyped for this. Like Fairy Tail, I know nothing about. I know it's been around for a long time. I know nothing about it. I know it's a Kodansha property, so that was probably an easy shoe in there, which was kind of weird because they said that the roadmap was delayed due to something. Like, and everyone assumed it was an IP holder, X, Y, and Z, whatever. No critical role. Maybe they're just not done with art. And art takes a while, and maybe it'll be like the first set of 2026, as it was by far your favorite set this year. That's cool. Yeah. Speaking of which, Dorian and Fern were released today, and they're legal of today on the shop. So go ahead and get your copies. Yeah. I'm assuming it took forever for them to come out on the shop because they were printing more because they didn't want to run out. I don't know if that's actually been said or not. This is also a big thing too. Organized Playing 2026. We're leveling up our Organized Playing 2026, and the first hints dropped at our Atlanta Regional. Okay, I want to know anybody who was there. If you're in chat and you could tell us, what are the hints? I've just had enough for one of each card. Okay. Like, did anybody hear anything about this? Like, the organized play for next year, because it says the full program reveals later. You did not hear about any hints. Damn. The full program lands later in October with venues. This is the huge one right here, right? Like right here, like this right here. Venues for next year's events identified by the end of 2025. This is what I've been asking for 4 years. Well, I guess after 2023, I guess, or 2, or whatever after the first year. As someone who has to have their PTO in by a certain time, this helps out a lot. It lets people plan, lets people travel more. Yeah, I'm hoping a few things. Day 1's open, and if you want to get points, you can get points for day 2. You can do that, but they're probably going to scale the points more. But yeah, like, I would rather just have day 1 open and let's just race for day 2, in my opinion, and for a paid trip or whatever. So this is something I did not know. I didn't know it was as the game engine celebrates its 20th year. It can almost legally drink, which is cool. So it's been around since 2006, and there should be some big things coming, I'm going to assume. And then, yeah, it says each release highlights what Universus has always been about, bringing fans together through strategy, collectability, and unforgettable battles. Yeah. It'd be 20 years circa this February? Damn, that's wild. That's just crazy this game's that old. What a cockroach. What a cockroach of a game. Worlds will have a lot of 20th anniversary stuff? Yeah. And then this is the last thing. Rewards. You got Dorian, and the loot, and Fern, and Mister, and all these cool sleeves. So, yeah, I'm super excited. I'm like, this is kind of odd that they just released these guys, and like we have no Critical Role product coming, which is really weird. unless they're just going to release Bell's Hells and one-offs of Critical Role through promos. I could see that. I may need to readjust my... I guess I don't. Sweet. Yeah, man. So we're gonna go through. I'm not gonna go through every card. I'll touch on the characters, and then you're definitely okay with 3 booster sets. Oh yeah, me too. Especially if any of them are blitz boxes, right? Hey, if they really want to drain everyone's points, drip CR stuff all year, yeah, I could see that. Like I got 2 of each character, 5 of each support, and I was like, man, I can get those. I will put my entire savings on a 2027 set. Someone clip that or whatever, man. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, everyone thought one was coming this in 2026, but you know, I think it's more along the lines of 2027 because art's not done. Maybe they had to get other things out. I mean, this is just the main offerings too, right? They didn't. Lenoco said that experience bundles, promos. Yeah, I know. Critical Role set. I know what you meant. I know exactly what you meant. Um, like we'll probably get drip fed promos of Critical Role. People will flock to them, right? Like I could see that happen. It's just an easy IP since they love working with Critical Role, and Critical Role I guess loves working with them. So we could easily see promos drip fed all year. I could just see it. Like it'd be super easy and it'd just be like the easiest way to sell product so you can get your points and then I think it's just the easiest way to do it. So I don't want to go through all these cards. I just want to touch on a few ones. Bridget has an infinite. I don't know if they're gonna fix it. It's whatever. I did get my fillet flings in last week. It was cool. I don't know if I don't know if the deck's gonna be viable, but and MTG won't buy this one because there's some D&D rift, right? That I don't know. Zach will probably know more about that than I do. I know like there's always some like I don't know, like there's always some curmudgeon about are they gonna dump D&D for their own system and but they're still doing 5th edition for campaign 4, so which actually debuted last Thursday, which I didn't watch, and the VOD came out today. So yeah, but I have a 4-hour drive going down south on Friday, so I'm probably just gonna listen to the podcast version of it and just listen to it all in one shot. It'd be super sick. So Bridge is cool. Does card pool flippy things. I think she's kind of neat. I think people are putting too much stock into the infinite, and they should actually play a real deck with the backup infinite, and then yeah, just do that. Happy Chaos. I'm just gonna click over. Boop. Happy Chaos. It's kind of neat. He has like a bullet counter gimmick, and he gets 1/1. And he gets to actually, if an attack deals damage, you get to look at the top of your deck. You get to put it into your momentum or your hand. I didn't read that part. He gets to like draw a free card if his thing hits. I know he has ways to restock the counters, which is kind of cool. I think he's kind of neat. He has 33 health as a 6-hander. Jesus, I know nothing about this character. That'd be a Josh thing. But like I've played a little bit of Strive, like maybe like 2 hours, and I've watched like, hey, speaking of the devil, yeah, man, Happy Chaos, huh? He's kind of cool. Yes, always. You've always, man, guys always lurking. So it's like, I know the boys aren't streaming tonight, so like I didn't want to bother them or anything. But I can't. I think this is kind like I don't know. I think he does gun stuff, but like he's not the guy I was most interested in. The character I was most interested in is Eno. She's a witch that has a guitar. It's pretty sick. She is mage, which is cool because she shares 2 symbols with Caleb. So she gets to use kind of Caleb's kind of kit. She's, as one of my locals put it, she's hot Mirio. Sure, man. But she could change the zone, have an attack, and your rival can cancel it by having you seal one of their foundations to cancel it. And then response after you change the zone of an attack, it gets +2 damage. So it's kind of Mirio-esque, but Mirio can never change his rival's moves. So that's also a pretty good defensive ability. So she has a little bit of an offensive ability with 2 damage, and she can zone check people. The issue is like we have to pack our deck with defense. We just don't melt because we only have 21 health. But being able to perfect block pretty much everything or seal your rival's best stuff, eventually that will kind of taper off because your rival won't care what you seal. They'll just try to kill you. So they'll just I mean, but then like you can zone check block them. But yeah. Kai Kiski, the most boring man in the game. I don't know what Zinnian means. What does that mean? Um, Kai Kiski actually has some pretty neat words, but I guess he's very vanilla. The opponent can cancel the ability is very off-putting. Sure, but like you can seal their best piece, I guess. If it said any non-character card, yo, Kai is dope. Yay, Trippy. But put some respect on the man's name. He's the man of neutral. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, just Genshin stuff? Okay. He's the man. Okay, so I got my local Trippy Twitches is a Kai Kiski stand. He gets speed. If you have 6 or he plays with like this really cool stun freeze game that if your rival has 6 or more committed foundations, you get 3/3. He is maybe the best walk the dog character in the game right now. He also has the after your charger free range attack deals damage, commit or freeze when rival foundation. I find that to be very cool because like you can hit them or you stun them and then they take any damage, you get to freeze it. So it's gonna be really interesting to see if people play with the freeze mechanic a lot more with this character, just because of the fact that he just says, "Hey man, I touch you, your stuff's not gonna ready." And he kind of has defense and offense on face. So like if your rival really tries to push in and he just goes in, you get -3 on all their attacks, right? The last few, I guess, right? But yeah, he's a champion. He does share the order symbol with the champion cards, which is kind of cool. So moving on to the everyone's favorite pirate dolphin girl, May. In other words, how do we need to free? Oh yeah. How many other words do we need? Yeah, exactly, because Chun-Li wasn't it, right? I think that's actually pretty good for freeze, though, right? Like, I guess if he touches people, he freezes stuff. May gets to break the game. Gets to carry 8 copies of one ally attack card. Her cantrip, which is really cool. It's a 3/3 that has ally, draw a card. Black Abyss, 8 copies of Black Abyss is sick. I cry in Pigeon Flock memes. Because we could have had 8 copies of Pigeon Flock, but I guess we have 8 copies of Hunter's Ally instead, which is better theoretically, because it's harder to cancel Blitz. So she also gets 2 damage, so she's a 6/31 that just gets to put damage on things. If that attack has the same name as another card in your card pool, you may flip a foundation and ready it. So she has a little bit of a Choco 2 vibe to her, sharing 2 symbols with her. It's all about the 8 Tasty Riff. Sure, man, if you really want to. I think Tasty Riff's so overrated, but that's just me. But yeah, I think she's neat. I think she's going to be a deck builder's dream, being able to... You don't have to play all 8 copies. Yeah, 8 copies of Black Abyss. Hell yeah, that's right, Sea Dog. That's what I'm talking about. Stonks on Black Abyss. Get him while you're hot. I think you can also mix it, right? You can play like 6 of one and like 2 copies of another attack. Or 5 and 3, or you can like tailor make it, right? I got turn 2'd by some Tasty Riff 04 actions, so we need at least a little stock, sure. But I put that more on a Choco, right? Like, a Choco's still very good. I just don't like Tasty Riff. I've never liked it. I've been the biggest Tasty Riff hater since it's been out. I think the card's so overrated, but it's just whatever, man. Everyone loves their cards, so. I'm pretty sure I'm going to butcher this, but Nagoriyuki. Yeah, something like that. He's a samurai vampire. He's a 6/32. The all symbol is back. This time coupled with the order symbol. He's a little bit of stain. A little bit of stain for your stain fans out there. The curse continues. Did I say it wrong? I must have said it wrong, right? Probably did. When an ability that adds 1 or more, the fact that she makes them 5/5s, that's fine. That's cool. Yeah, I get it. But when an ability adds 1 or more blood counters to this card, if there are 4 or more counters on it, commit a rival card. You can commit their character, but you lose 10 health and remove all blood counters from this card. This effect cannot reduce your health below 1. Sure, I agree. He gets a blood counter and he gets 4 damage. Echo Stand, oh hell yeah, man. He has like the hottest Thunder Spear barrages on this side of the earth, right? Like, they're just a kabillion damage. But like really, it's like what was the math? 1 height 10 Thunder Spear barrage incoming, Pale Rider and Thunder Spear barrage. Oh, that's sick. We love it. Um, I think he's interesting. Like a lot of people are saying he's bad. I don't think he's bad at all. I think like 4 damage is a lot, and you get 4 damage like 3 times for free, right? And then you get 4 damage. You get 12 damage for free. Then you have to pay for the last one, right? And I think if like he finds like a defensive package that can help him survive while he's cutting 10 every 4th attack, I think he's gonna be pretty good. I think the top 3 are Bridget, Nago, and Eno in some order, but probably that order. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I don't know. He's not like my play style. I don't usually play characters like this. But like I think he's interesting though. Magic Pixel personified. Hell yeah, he is. He's super sick. I really like. I also like it that they gave vampire and samurai traits. So I hoping. I don't think there are any Josh, are there any vampires in Tekken? Because we could see vampires coming back. That'd be sick. Also, if we ever get what's their face, the Briarwoods, they're vampires too. Well, one of them's a vampire. So one of them's a vampire. So we could get the Briarwoods, and we could have a mage and a vampire. I got -2 high 10 yesterday, and they played like 8 of them. It was so sick. Hell yeah. Yoshimitsu confirmed. Yeah, true. Well, yeah, I'm stealing their deck to make it better. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, Yoshimitsu's in the Tekken 8 set, so I assume he's in the Tekken 8 set. Which could, which I'm down. Like this guy's wild. So I'm really interested to see what Satonis does with them, as he likes playing a lot of these out of the box characters that do really cool things that touch your rival's board. I think the biggest thing on this guy is that he just commits a rival character. Granted, like against Rodon, it doesn't do a whole lot because he doesn't get to stack the deck on the rival turn, but he does like to say, hey man, your cape gone. This foundational piece that you need to defend gone. And when you're at 1, you could just keep stacking damage. You can also seal their character. That's true. Commits a 9 Titans or Caper character. Yeah, Tim never leaves home without his snipes. Yes, we know that. I subscribe to that completely. Potemkin! 532. Tenacious, he gets -1 damage if it's a 4 or greater, which is kind of cool, I guess. After your rival completely blocks an attack, they have to yeet a card from their hand. I am not the biggest fan of this guy. I think he's kind of bad. I don't know. Maybe I'm not putting that much stock into the discard after a completely blocked, but he does say partial block my shit, right? So he's gonna have to find a way to put damage on things to make your rival full block. I think he just gets destroyed by DR decks. Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I don't think he's not my style of character. I just don't think I think he should have had at least 6 more health. You got Byakko who puts 1,000,000 damage on stuff, and he has 8 more health too. 6 more health or whatever, right? Like, give him some more health. Because I don't. Who's worse? Oh, dude, Potemkin. Eno's not bad, bruh. No way. You're crazy. Free zone change for the most part. No, Potemkin's worse, man. But yeah, like I don't think he's that great. Some of them may try it, but I think Grog's better if you want to play a 5-hander with DR, right? And we got John Guilty Gear. Eno is a blank character. Shush you. Shush. Don't be hating on Eno. Soul Bad Guy. He's a 632. He has tension on this first move. After cards are added to your momentum, your next check to play a fire symbol attack gets +1. That includes both attuned and regular symbol fired. I've listened to a couple podcasts and asked random questions about, hey man, does this cover attuned fire symbols? People are actually asking that question because it's just, it should, unfortunately, people don't, I guess, read the rules, and they don't know that the attuned and non-attuned fire symbol are the exact same thing. Abilities where your opponents have a choice never work out? Sure. We get to seal things, so that's kind of cool, right? That's kind of neat. Defensively, we get to do it, and we seal things. We just got to play defense. But yeah, so I like how he has free. We play other zone changes to get the damage that way. Yeah. Soul Bad Guy has that cool free belt buckle. Ads. Sadness. You should subscribe. You should. And then you can get drops somehow for something. I don't know. I just got an ad for it, like, when I was setting up the stream. Well, yeah. That's because your deck is busted and it doesn't need actual face-up foundations. Because you just use all of them to get momentum. I think this guy's got to be kind of good. He's probably like number 4. If we follow Satonis' list, this guy's probably like number 4, right? Like, getting a free tension every turn, every first attack. You can tension on your moves if you want to, and then you get like plus to check. Yeah, so I don't think he can beat. Plus he gets Mari's Warriors, which is really sick because he has a warrior with the chaos symbol. I think this guy's probably pretty decent, right? Kickstart My Heart's funny. Speaking of echoes, we get Echo. We get this non-throw attack Echo, which is kind of cool. But we have to, it's on a 4, which I don't know if it's worth it. But yeah. What's a cool card here? Mr. Dolphin's funny. 3 mid 2 ally slam. Just gets +1 damage for each ally in your card pool. This name is wild. I know this is the name of her move, but yes, it's wild. Stroke the big tree. This card's actually this card's very good. 5/3, 2 low block, 4 low for 5, tension spell. Can't be blocked by mids. The Dolphins should have been a 1 diff? No, man. Maybe. Well, to be fair, her ultra rare is teaming with the Attack Titan, right? I like this card a lot as a 5 diff poke. Place my bet. What do you mean? Horizontal or vertical chemical love? I don't know. I'm only ever going to refer to that card as Tom Selleck. Stroke the big... What? I'm bad at typing. Oh, you meant 3? Yeah, it should be a 3 diff. I agree. I'm going with horizontal. This card's interesting. I don't know if there's any other order characters off my top of my head that gets counters. Because then if you have other counters... I'm trying to think if there are any other... Anybody? I guess I could look on Ultra, but that just ruins the moment. I'm not doing that. This card's sick. Granted, if you just can't lead with one, so it's always a 5 diff to draw a card. It's a 5 diff cantrip. It'd have to be an AOT character. Yeah, it probably would be. Interference Monica. Oh, okay. Oh, Krista gets counters off of... Yeah. Krista does. Yeah, that's right. Good call, guys. Yeah. I don't know if we play this, but it is a tension move that gets us a... It gives us a tension move that gets us a Roman cancel. That's actually pretty cool. That gives us... We just got to find a way to put damage on it to make it worth it. These would have been the sickest Mega Mutant attacks. Yeah, probably. Like this... I'm not going to lie. Like, they could have put all on this, right? Like, give Mega Mutant some help. That character would be so cool if he had this. Unrelated. Just one rotated. The Nation Weekly Boss with Mulani roll off Shock Stock. Oh, that's some more Genshin stuff. Krista's never put damage on moves in her life. Yeah, we know that. Bloodsucking Universe is kind of cool. I don't know if it's good, but it's cool. It is a 9 damage throw. One thing I did want to mention that all of the commons and uncommons have attuned, right? Or is it just, yeah, commons and uncommons, and then there's special stuff in the back that has dual symbols. So we're back to ultra rares and secret rares having regular symbols, which is really cool. This is one of the design philosophies I really enjoyed out of Critical Role. I thought it gave like the not like the character kits, but it gave like the symbol a little more identity. It's 2 momentum, so it's pretty good for BSU. Yeah. Genshin side chat. Hell yeah, I'm down. I think this is cool. Yeah, it gets you momentum, which is really sick. So yeah, I agree. I agree. Deus Ex Machina is kind of cool. Blitz, discard X cards, draw X cards, add X bullet counters. So you could just give random characters bullet counters with this. So if you're looking for counters that matter, I guess. It is a 5/2, so 4 mid for 5 as EX3, so we just gotta find a way to put more damage on it. Happy Chaos does get to play with the what I call Michael Jordan, Pro Hero number 23. With 3 counters, get an extra speed, which is pretty sick. And then this is the card that people I think were crazy about, right? Great Yamada attack. It's the giant whale you can see behind her. It gets -2 difficulty for each ally attack in your card pool. It can also go. The one thing about it, it could go to 0 diff, right? It could go to 0 difficulty if it's your 5th attack. It's a 6/6, which is amazing, which is crazy stats. Flip 3 ally attack cards in your card pool. Your rival adds a top card of the next card pool. It cannot leave their card pool this turn. It also has powerful 2, which is wild. It's like walk the dog stats. With powerful 2, and you get to put it's kind of like a 7-speed move if you put the one in there. If we're gonna ban teaming, then print this. I think it's more along the lines of Porco and not teaming, but we'll get into that later. So yeah. And then we also have some commons and uncommons. That, we get to, time to find the deck that can run both. Fern, right? Fern has that in fire. Fern can do it, but she cares about spells. They're not spells. So we're going back to, I don't know if these are more character specific. Ponykin too. These are character specific attacks. An ability, cards, or it's just the fact that we wanted to print 2 symbol regular cards. Or wait, it's Jamie. It's always Jamie. I think Megalomania is probably my favorite card that they've showed. This card's neat. Sure, you gotta have 3 or more cards sealed in play to get your other attacks 1/1, which is weird. But I think this card's sick. You seal 1 card in your rival stage, your rival could spend 2 momentum to cancel this effect. So she's kind of just eating resources. And yeah, sure, it's a 5 low for 7. And then if if you could seal 3 cards, if you seal a 3rd card or whatnot, I would love to see powerful on this or an EX. This card's cringe. I love this card. This card's sick, man. Or even Echo. I think Echo would have been really cool. Why are we shadow banning Ghidorah? Because he deserves it. That's why. Because Ghidorah deserves it. Yeah, I think if it's actually attacking Godzilla's defense. Yeah, we could seal Godzilla. And he doesn't get defense, and then we just kill him, right? Protect and Buster's fine. I think this card's super sick. I just don't know. I know the plan is just to play a bunch of chaos moves, get a bunch of momentum, and then play this for free. Ride the Lightning's neat. I don't know if it's good, but you get to draw 1 to 3 cards. It also shadow bans Reiner 3. It also shadow bans Reiner 2. Right? That's the one that has 17 health. You just seal him and then do 17 and he dies. So I think this card's actually probably pretty good. Right? It's a 4 diff, 4 mid 5, 2 high block. Yeah, the health flip one's Reiner 2. I think. Your rival has to commit 1 foundation additional cost to play responsibilities during this attack. So that's kind of weird with on-play things. But response after this attack deals damage. Stun 1 or something. I think it should, right? After this attack deals damage, we draw a card. So it's a 4 diff cantrip. Then on hit. Order Peak might something like this. Yeah. If your rival has 6 or more committed foundations, draw 2 cards instead. So that's kind of cool. If you're able to, keyword spell a bunch. Yeah. I do too. I really do. Because it helps out characters that want spells. Granted, I don't think of any on these symbols here, on air and order, that have it. I know Jester doesn't have it, so she don't care about these symbols. But I think it's cool. I like how they're changing it up. So for future sets or whatever, like Fairy Tail may want to deal with magic. I've never seen Fairy Tail whatsoever. And people are messaging me while I'm streaming. They're wild. What is going on? No fancy chromes. I sold the box to the guy. But yeah. So there's an order one that cares about it being a weapon. Okay. But yeah, I think this card, just because it says it's a 4-diff cantrip on hit, I'm just gonna go out of the way and say this will probably be one of the more expensive cards. I don't know. I just like saying that stuff. Where is it? I know Heaven and Hell is really good. Let's Rock's good. The Town Inside Me is kind of interesting because it gives you a little bit of health gain for Kurama. Like, I guess we get this cool card. I mean, I'm down for a 2 low block 2-diff that just flip draws a card. Right? I think this card, people are playing the first enhanced one to draw cards. And I think this one, helps you draw more cards. It's pretty good. Here you go. This is how you give it stun 1, man. You commit this to give it stun 1. And then you figure out a way to flip it to get more damage or speed. Yeah. There was something else in here that... Oh, Drift. It's okay. It's a +4 mid-block, but Heaven or Hell might be the card I'm most excited about. It's a gap closer, and I've been whining about not having those for a while. Get 1/1 for each attack revealed, and we get a copy of a card in our discard pile. Yeah. I like it. It does give, like Aaron 4 loves this card a lot. Like, I was talking with Jeremy about it, and I'm shoving these into Aaron 4. We get to mill 5, and then just think if we have for the short time that we have Fiery Vengeance, we get 5 hits on Fiery Vengeance if we have momentum, because we're going to have momentum because we've added to our momentum. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it helps out those. Yeah. All right, bye, Jace. Have a good day. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah. So that's it for reveals. Soul also loves this card, and you get to play your Mesh's Perseverance to effectively get 2 copies of... Oh, yeah, that's true. That's very cool. Boop. So we had the Atlanta regional this weekend. Thanks to Universus, again, for compiling everything. They are my... Where are all the Attune cards? They're in there. They're in the beginning parts of the set. That's where they're at, M Vice number 22. This is the 10-3, 10-4 NA Regional in Atlanta. Won by Phil Burge playing Void Rodon. This man walked through the grinder of all grinder top cuts. He double Porco, and he played Matt Childress playing Godzilla, and then he also fought the Gavin Cale, who was Devil Jin. Known for his Porco, but swapped over to Devil Jin. Devil Jin was like the known quantity, right? If you had caught my Atlanta primer, it was basically the same as the Louisville primer, except for the Devil Jin Hawks equipment high stacks, right? Those were like the big things, which was really exciting to see that like 4 Hanges converted, and I think another one was like on a winning end. Yeah. Kang Lee on, I believe I think they fought another Hanj for the winning in. So almost, what was that? I think there was, how many Hanjas were there? I think that was 5. I want to say there was just 5 and 4. Yeah, there were 5 and 4 of them converted. Hanj won best girl. It's a wild conversion rate. Yeah, that's crazy how good this character is with the package she has. We had the Porcos, we had Travis Tangeman pulling Krista out of the glove box, out of the trunk. She was in the closet, gone forever. And then Travis just comes and just top 8s a regional with Krista. Travis is wild. The dude's amazing. And then we had Matt Childress playing Godzilla. The man has not played. She topped Louisville? No way, really? Who played her? Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, but anywho, sorry, I digress. We had Matt Childress coming back out of retirement again. He played in Louisville. He played Bakugo 4, but he was playing for keeps and played Godzilla. He told me that he had not play tested a single match with that deck, and he just showed up and just played Godzilla because Godzilla's broken, and it's true. And he played great, so I was really happy to see my buddy Matt Childress hit top 8. He lost to the eventual champ Phil Birch, which I want to kind of, I don't know if you guys watched the finals. It was some of the craziest games I have ever seen. Like, George just whomps him game 1, Phil fights back, gets into it, gets game 2, and then game 3 was just crazy. Phil at a moment in time, which was that moment, he goes Genkai's, blows himself up down to 3. Following turn, I think he Genkai's, blows himself up down to 1. And he starts, and then George has to take a turn off. Phil gets back in the game, and it just keeps inching that incremental defense that Rodon's known for, and just suffocates. To be fair, George's deck did not cooperate with him towards the end of the game because he was drawing like massive hot hands, and with the Porco remove, like the Bing Bong, the Bing Pot, or the Death remove cards. Eventually just had to go in, or he was eventually just gonna mill out, right? Yeah, I also thought Phil was just I also thought Phil was going to mill him out, but kill him as he was milling out, right? Like I think Phil, there was a point where after he got blown, after he Genkai'd himself down to 1 and stabilized for like a turn or two, if I remember correctly. He wasn't going to lose. Like, there was no way that George could put up the offense outside of zone checking him, right? Which I don't think he even had enough cards in his discard pile to change the zone on a teaming with the Attack Titan. Because he had one move and 2 teamings in his hand, and I don't know if he had enough to like zone check him, because he was at 5, so there was a way to zone check him, right? Like, he could have zoned him out. But I think Phil he played great defense. And like he said in his post tournament interview, he loves blocking. It's his favorite thing in the game. And what does Rodon do? The dude blocks like a maniac. So it was really cool. Phil has topped, I think the last few events he's been in with this deck, he has topped. I don't remember him being at Louisville, but I know he did Toronto. He topped. And I don't know about the event before that, but like, he's playing like a madman with that deck. He's just been he's found a deck to play in this format and enjoy it, right? He says he enjoys his deck, and that has to go a long way, right? It was surprising that we had 2 Godzillas, and we had Matt Childress and EJ Lucia. EJ came out of nowhere with that deck. That deck, I believe it was similar to the Calvin DeHaan deck with a little bit of changes. So that's really cool that EJ did pretty well. I know he's been in and out of the game for a couple months. Then we have Ryan Field coming out of retirement because he doesn't have to be head judge. This tournament was known as we can't judge. We're just gonna play and raffle stomp people. George Rangel, second place, always a floor judge. Ryan Field is usually a head judge when Rochester CCG runs events. They came in, saw conquered. We had Sam Tate, Mr. I can't commentate. I'm gonna play Han Zoe and I'm gonna top 16. We had Barlow, we had Justin Martin, Mitchell Chimino on Deku on the move. He's tried and true. It was a wild tournament. Even if we go down below top 16, we had a Han Zoe 4 Eyes, super sick. We have our own Zach Richards from Team Final Round, Jacob Massur from Final Round. Craziness. I'm kind of disappointed in Carson, though. It's only 93 cards, man. That's with the sideboard. So I'm going to assume it was like 83. It was 83 cards. Wait, did he even have a sideboard? Yes, he didn't have a sideboard. So he was 93 cards. Disappointed, though, that it wasn't 100. Disappointed. super disappointed it wasn't 100. But like we got Brody, LaJoy, look at that, and William, Gabi, look at that. I mean, Godzilla's, man. It's like craziness. Like he was like what 15% of the format, something like that. He was over 10% of the format. As of today, there's supposed to be a ban and errata list tomorrow. I don't think anything's gonna happen. I think there are things like I don't really want to get into that, but I don't think anything's gonna happen. I think like at the macrocosm of it, the game looks pretty relatively healthy. We have like 10 to 12 decks that can actually win an event, right? Like, are there some outlier cards? Yes, in my opinion. There are a few outliers, so yeah, but we'll see. I don't know, we'll see tomorrow, and I'll do a video on it, and blah, 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 blah. But it's really nice to see some people that have not got to play a lot lately, like George, like Ryan Field, like Sam Tate, just crazy. Look at Tim, he got 27th. Top 30, nice job. Garrett Brett playing Zeke Yeager, War Chief. That sounds cool. Man, I can't believe Garrett was out there. That's awesome. Wait, nuh-uh. No way. Tim, tell me this isn't a typo. This is not a typo. Are you serious? T-Gord was there? That man was playing? Are you serious? That's hilarious. Did Scott bring him a deck? Because that's what it probably makes sense if Scott brought him a deck. Because I know Scott was there. That's so wild. I haven't seen T. Gordon forever. He just gave me, he gave me the sweatiest brain dead deck. Yet that's what it is. Yeah, easy still. For some reason, this seems like a T. Gordon character anyways, right? What'd you say? 46th place. Josh Atkins playing Jiro? 9 Titans, Mondo Gecko. Oh, wait. It says build card, right? Let's see. Choose one name card, print it active in discard pile. Oh, so you could build Titans with it. That's so crazy. That's wild. This is just a different riff on Life Titans. This is kind of cool. But it's water. That's super cool. This is neat. Okay, Tasty Riff is okay in this deck. I don't know why, it just is. But yeah, this is kind of this is a wild ass deck, man. We got City Rampage. We got the normal. We got Mondo. We get to play Mondo Gecko. 9 Titans, Sean, Onya Capone. Yeah, that's pretty sick. You could play Night's Rest. I thought about adding this to Hanji. You get daily training. This deck seems pretty sick, man. Hungry for Fame. It also has it can kill you with falling Titans or counters. That's pretty sick. Josh Atkins is a pretty decent player too. David Toombs ended up playing Pony. Crazy. I'm never checking the 2. Yeah, that's facts. Hey, look, it's Aaron. Came in 41st. That's super sick. Wow, this event seems... Look at all the Devil Gins, man. All in like the 50s right there. Fantastic. What an event. So I was super excited. It was really good to watch like the commentary team during the final rounds of, Top Cuts. It was really good. I thought they did really well. I always enjoy listening to Jesse and Barrett, and Bromley is always great. He's always a great watch. So, yeah, I honestly don't think Kevin got sent to the boiler room, said, "Nah, I'm good," and dropped. Yeah, I heard it was hot, and that the AC was only in the top 10. There was 2 rooms. There was the sweaty room that was like the bottom half, and then like the top half had air conditioning. Is what I heard. So I'm not sure if that's the facts or not, but I think that's pretty much everything I want to go over. Like, I'm probably gonna rip this. This is kind of like Keenan Meadows' list from top 24 tables. Got to play in AC. Hell yeah. This is kind of like I know Basil's on Keenan's team. This kind of reminds me of the Keenan Meadows list that they played at the webcam regional, at the webcam Warriors Third Strike. But I kind of want to talk about this deck real quick before we go. Yeah, this is what I'm playing at the October LCs this weekend. I'm playing Hanzo 1. My teammate Justin Birch has been playing Hanzo for a long time. I have been playing her off and on. I don't play her really at locals because I used to play her for bigger events locally because I think the deck's really good. I think she's kind of broken. But yeah, this is what I'm going to be running with. DR Wall Snooze, yeah, shush you. But I have a lot of fun. Like, okay, so not going to lie. DR Wall Snooze is a snooze to play, but the playing offense with this deck is very fun. Because there's sometimes I have to figure out like my exact like buttons to push. Like, there's times where I have to wait for Unyielding to come to my hand. There's times where I can just slam Beast Titan. The offense is what I like playing this deck for. The DR wall is boring. I'm not gonna lie, but like the offense is what I like about this deck a lot. But Wub on all the discords and stuff really convinced me to put Titan Pile on the deck over 4x Falling Titans. We're an Unyielding deck. We're probably never gonna have enough. Come here. Wow, Unyielding. Let's go. There, we'll just do that. Is it ever going to pop up? Sadness. What's wrong with Unyielding? Scott, what's wrong? So we have Falling Titans, Beast Titan attacks, and Beast Titan's Rock Barrage, which if anything happens to backup decks, it's probably this getting banned. But you can play Titan Pile with 4 foundations easier than you can play multiple Falling Titans because you're probably checking one. You're checking a 5 committing one. So Titan Pile is just an easier way. And plus we get to play Grisha's Attack Titan to pick it up. So we can Beast Titan Rock Barrage the Grisha's Attack Titan in, form Sack to get 1 Fury attack. And yes, it is a Fury. It's funny that Beast Titan attacks is not a Fury because he's really angry there. But, you know, it's whatevs. We can still pick it up with Beast. We don't get to pick it up with Beast Titan, so this is the only way we can pick it up is with Grisha's Attack Titan. Military Airship, you know, there's been a lot of times where someone filled without one of my attacks, like my Rock Barrage. I'll just abort it, put it back in my hand, or use Rock Barrage, build the guy in, commit 3, pick it up, use Rock Barrage, commit 3, you know. So, but yeah, this is the only new addition just due to Titan Pile. And it gave us a couple more low blocks if we need it. Another piece is this card. Shared Memories. 4 difficulty, 5 check, 2 mid block. Enhance commit, mill 2. Add one of the cards milled this way to your hand. If your rival has 10 or more foundations, add both. So it's kind of like a 4 diff passing the torch if they're at 10 or more foundations, right? Like, it's still a selective add a card to your hand, or it's add both for a committal. And we start with a backup in play, so we can play this on turn 1 as our first card, and we don't feel too bad about it. I'm trying it at 2 copies, so we'll see how that goes. And then into the board, we got Drowning with Resentment for Equipment Heist decks if they pull them out of their discard pile. Frantic Rescue for the Pony decks. I don't know if this is staying in the board because I don't expect any backup decks down there. This may go to the 4th Unyielding and a 3rd Heroes because Heroes Upbringing is so good right now. It can steal rivals' characters. It could steal Equipment Heist in their card pool. Yeah, it's just a really good card. And Driven by Retribution is probably the best foundation in the game right now. It just, in my opinion, denying your rival momentum, or getting rid of Equipment Heist or a heist or whatever, you know, and you just get to debuild a card from their stage into their card pool. This card's crazy. It's heavily costed at, you know, if you can support the removal cost, I think it's fine. I think it's pretty good. It's a really good tech piece. I am a super big fan of it. One of these days I will, you know, probably put it in a deck that's not Hanji. I believe Satonis, you had that in your Ryu deck, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this card's just super good. But yeah, so this is what I'm playing on Friday. Yeah, you had it in Ryu. Yeah, that's right. Uh, playing this Friday, and then Saturday, I'm still playing this on Saturday because there's two of them back to back. Yeah, Ryu was the result of how did I 4x driven. Yeah. To be fair, I would probably 4x it in this. We probably take out the shared memories and just 4x it. There's been games where I build two of them, and then I have like three backups. I was testing against River's Pony deck last week, and and I built two Drivens. They built three foundations. Their turn two, they poked me. I debuilt them two. I just went down to no foundations. Because we could do that because we're Hanj. So, yep. So yeah. So that's pretty much all I got. I will not be streaming this Friday, but Wednesday we're gonna try to stream locals again, if their Wi-Fi holds up, because their Wi-Fi was kind of down. And then Friday I will be hopefully streaming the LCs I'm at on Friday and Saturday. I'm gonna try to get that taken care of if they have Wi-Fi. Other than that, the boys I think are playing Friday. I don't know for a fact, because they may be kind of gamed out for a little bit until Guilty Gear comes out in November. But yeah, I think that's it. So let's see if we can find anyone to raid real fast. See if we can find someone to raid, and then we will send you guys off to the Clear Blue Night. And I'm gonna go eat some dessert. I want to say Snuggy is streaming. Let me see here. Yep, Snuggy streaming. So, all right, everyone, have a good night. We're gonna go ahead and give Snuggy a like and go give him a follow. They play a lot of Diablo and games like that, and he also does he does really good Universus content when he feels like doing it. So, have a good night. Love you all. Bye.